The Planet Namek saga is the saga that takes place directly after the Monkey Saga, where we find our trio on their favorite rocket ship blasting through the stars to go resurrect their friends from Valhalla. Upon landing on planet Kek-W, they must now find the plot armor balls to bring back their comrades. But before they can get their hands on the Deus Ex nutsacks, they're going to have to deal with Frieza Pop and his two side hoes, who are also trying to collect the Dragon Balls to make the universe's largest anal beads. But guess who's back? Back again. That's right, Vegetable Prime, who has come to make it rain on these hoes using puke as the precipitation. The local colonized pickle people are being prosecuted by Freeze Wiz and his side hoes where the other beads may be, when three blue warriors appear to defend their honor, but most importantly, their balls. As Fried Ice tells Diarrhea to take the three natives on a nice date, maybe to the park, movies, or a picnic. But it seems there will be no second dates. Then Donatello shoots Turtwig with flamethrower and it's super effective. Furious seeing his Pokerogue run end again. Go-Man goes into the game itself to show Doug Trio what a super effective type move looks like. Krill and Shrimp grab the green plushie and start playing a very intense game of tag for Krillian to then use his passive ability Botanist that adds +9 to all blinding attacks. As Vsauce also decides to join in on the game of tag. However, he's going to be it, as he really likes it when he's it, as he tags Dodorama saying he's it. But now it seems the game they're playing is hide and seek, and Veterinarian here is really good at hunting balls and children. But first, war crime time against the local population, as lucky for Virgo, the Geneva Convention are more of a suggestion than law. After ridding the local tribe of their ball, runs into Miss Frizz's side whore number 2, Zarba and Monoxide, where the two of them proceed to have a very intense game of beam, punch, kick. This gets ZO2 all hot and bothered, as he can no longer contain his libido, as he's going to show Velma what real girth is, as he gives him a few besitos before crushing his pelvis. Now only needing 2 more beads to complete the universe's greatest anal bead so that Freezer can properly ravage the Neckos like they deserve. Vegas, now fully healed from his pelvic obliteration, executes part 2 of his plan, taking the balls and making a wish to be taller than the curb. But first, he must escape the BDSM layer. But with his years of playing Tom Clancy Ghost Recon, he escapes like a Mario 64 level after gathering all his eggs and putting them in one basket. But first, he must go kink shame as he goes and shows Zerloin what it really means to get deep in them guts. But now with the kink level being at a historic low, Friesen calls his greatest force yet, the Power Ranger Kinky Force, made up of the kinkiest individuals in the galaxy, with Ricum, Buttfucker, Juicy, Gulpdo, and their fearsome kinky captain that has a wagon known throughout the universe, Captain Kardashian, from the hit show Keeping Up with the Ginyus. The Hyper Kinky Force pops in front of our ragtag team of a bunch of meddling kids, and so the Kinky Force play rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to get their kink off first. It's Gulpdo and Ricum, so Gulpdo goes and gets Crying and Gopet prepared for double penetration. But Vjack practices his Fruit Ninja skills on Gulpdo, who then starts malfunctioning, and instead of taking it back to Amazon for a refund, VTuber tries fixing Gulpdo DIY style. He failed. Now that Fidel's out the way, it's Ricum's turn. Vegeta tries to tempt Ricum using the free candy technique. Ricum will not be fooled by his trickery, because if he truly had free candy, where's his white van? But it's time for plan B, inflict pain. Big mistake there, Vegeta. Ricum rather enjoys the pain, as it really gets his engine going. And now it's time for some back shots. Oh, did someone say back shots? Goku loves giving back shots. When in the hell did he show up? Oh well, face down, ass up, that's the way Froxen likes to fuck. With 2 kinks successfully shamed, 3 more to go, must now face the fastest Glizzly Guzzler in the universe and the reddest balls in all the South. They both attack Curious George, but he quickly gives Buttfucker a Glizzy to remember for Son Orangutan to ask who and why are they fighting, as VTA explains how those kinky freaks are trying to fuck the whole universe and they must kink shame them back into the forums of 4chan. I mean, does he think it's a coincidence that their space pods are in the shape of anal beads? Speaking of anal, here's Freezing, who's come to the hut to have a taste as he's starting to get a bit antsy. Hammer, refusing to allow Grandpa to end up on any hub, goes to try to kink shame the universe's nymphomaniac, but firebending will be getting some come hell high or water. So first he'll be nailing Hammer, but only if Hammer could just get a grip of Friezeline, likes his toy's ass up face down. Speaking of ass, Winston's ass is now in Captain Kardashian's ass, as Captain Kardashian's ass is in Winston's ass. So the two make the Freaky Friday prequel we all never wanted, as Juicy Juice is currently getting spilled all over the newly bought carpet. Captain Kardashian then tries to complete the Freaky Friday trilogy with Vehicle, but Chimpanzee, not satisfied with the prequel's performance, jumps back in, but Captain Kardashian, not understanding that the 4th installment in every franchise is dog shit, as he goes for the forbidden 4-piece, but Goku tries to save us from the 4th movie but he was too late. They still fucking released Transformers Age of Extinction. Back to Hammer, who's been ran through more times in a Chipotle bathroom. Hammer informs him that his anal beads will never be complete as he picked the wrong green fuck toy. Back to the spheroids as they begin to glow, but they get sent straight to voicemail as Shinron's currently fighting over custody of the kids. The gang leaves a voicemail telling Shinron they happen to know a green man that happens to be a really good lawyer. Providence is now back alive, but problem is, he's not a lawyer and don't know shit about being one. But good thing they're in Florida, where professionalism in any field is optional. However, for our posse, Terror has arrived as the galactic nymphomaniac is rather furious that his precious beads have been tainted by their hands, so they better be prepared to make it up to him, as he's a grower, not a shower. Back to Pick, who is searching for anyone who's a lawyer, when he stumbles upon Hammer and asks him does he happen to be a lawyer. Nail says, why yes, he actually is. Picture slurps him up, as doing that definitely now qualifies him to be a lawyer. Back to Kitten, who's experiencing one of Frito's many fetishes. Well, luckily for Crichton, he only has experienced one of freeze-dried fetishes. Go Mode goes and tries to kink shame Frenchie to let Krillin go, but unfortunately, kids aren't even safe from frozenness kinks. But sensing his gritty dancing prodigy in distress, Punk Rock fucking blinks in and says he's the only one who gets to step on Gohan. No, wait, as Pikachu is going to show him what it really looks like to slurp up a grown green alien man. How did we get here? Why did we get here? Who chose to be here? Was it me? Oh my god, it was me! How many days until this comes out? 3? Forwards we march. Free leaves, then Digi-evolves into Rub Bat Dragon form and immediately performs another one of his fetishes upon Piccolo. But that's enough teasing with all these delectable meals in front of him. It's time for the chastity belt to come off and the real fucking to commence. Fronton first starts with the little green one, then attacks the one with his back against the curb as it really gets him going. Hearing the way he screams as he's not done yet, as it's time for one of his favorite fetishes, strangulation, with some back shots. But like the Candyman, if you say the word back shots, Spider Monkey appears. I don't know why he does, but he just does. Freeba then fires his Kink Blaster 9000 at Bardock, but Harambe's kink shaming powers are at such an ungodly level that it leaves Freeman in shock as Vegeta chimes in, telling Frieza he's a vanilla-ass bitch. V-Jump dies for this remark, and the epic clash between the terrorist nymphomaniac versus the kink-shaming super god begins. And the clash is intense, with each party sending kink-filled and kink-shaming filled blows against each other, as Goku once again unleashes the red Kool-Aid. However, it's not just your typical diabetes-filled Kool-Aid, but extreme sour cherry flavor that puts Frieza on his back tail, but he's able to remarkably survive the extreme diabetes, as he's rather used to sweet things, whatever in the fuck that means. But Goku has one last trick up his sleeve, but he's going to need Piccolo to distract the killer, as he gets the last generator online and unlocks the gate. After successfully kiting the killer around the same goddamn car for 30 minutes, Goku drops the tactical King Shaman bomb on Freelo's dome, celebrating the death of the Kink Overlord. However, that was not enough to stop his libido, as it shall live forever as Freebird unleashes his kink and fetishes. Goku furious that this kinky fucker won't stay dead, so he can go home, crack open a few beers, eat, sleep, enjoy the weekend. No. And then you had the Kink Beam Pea Shooter and Kink Explosion Kryn. This has been the worst father-son road trip ever, and he's going to kill him for ruining his weekend. And I guess Karuru. The Nympho Lord tries his fetishes once again. They do not work. He tries nuking the planet. It doesn't work. He even went full vein erected mode. It did not work. Meanwhile, back on Earth, they gathered the Dragon Balls and wished for all the people scarred by Frieza to be resurrected and have their mind wiped clean and everything traumatic he and his forces did to them. Back on Namek, with the green stuffed animal being back in action, so are the Dragon Testes. And so he goes and wishes for everyone on this godforsaken planet, except those two maniacs, to fuck off this planet and have Fresno catch every sexual disease ever. Porunga asks Plushie about that lawyer. He says he's on Earth. Now Porunga says bet, as he goes to Earth along with his nuts. The two still clashing as holy fuck, how is this planet not blown up yet, as Frozen on getting slapped around, and if it's him, he probably likes it. But Frieza tries to inflict his fetish on Kakarot once again, but it backfires horribly, I think. Or maybe it didn't, depends on who you ask. But on his no legs, he tries to give Chester his last backshot. But Freka, you should know by now, you can't backshot the backshot king. Now with that freak of nature gone, it's time to get the fuck off this planet. Oh no. And that concludes the Namek Saga.